Hey, it's the ghost of Corey Kenshin, and welcome. And today we're reviewing the Brother Voodoo from Hasbro for my pal Toy Foolery. And here we have Brother Voodoo. I'm excited about this because I went out my way to get the original Brother Voodoo from the Doctor Strange set from a long time ago. I got him for like 15 bucks on eBay, but I'm glad that he got a new body. I'm excited for that. But let's check out this box and see if it's better than your mom's. But before we do that, please remember to like and join the full force by hitting the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And now, let's see if this box is better than your mom's. On the front, we get the Strange Tales logo as well as the Build-A-Figure for Blackheart insignia in the corner. I really do like the coloring for this figure. It looks like this set was made specifically for him because, as you can see, the green and purplish reddish highlights blend in well with his red, green, and his purple effects. So it just kind of looks like it was made for him. Then we get a still of Brother Voodoo on the side with the eye of Agamotto. And we get the same picture on this side. Boo. And the same picture on this side. Boo, you Hasbro. Why? He has lots and lots of pictures. Why can't I get more than one? I'm not saying do 3 different pictures. Give me 2. Give me 2. Anyway, let's check out.
Oh, what's in the box?
And in the box, we get Brother Voodoo. We get his voodoo staff, which looks really cool. I wonder if it's the same staff as previous. We'll check that. We get 2 magic effects. And we get some different hands. I guess they want them to have different magic hands. And a fist. Okay. I'm not sure why we have one fist and one other magic hand. Maybe I got screwed over. Very plausible. I don't know. It is a different hand though. But I don't like when I get one set. Either give me 2 sets of those hands or give me 2 fists, but don't give me half-ass. And then of course we get the other leg for Blackheart. That makes 3 pieces down, and that means we have 3 to go. Would Mills have shot you? No, this is actually a really good set. You get a necessary accessory, you get some magic effects, and you get some alternate hands. Really good set of accessories for this toy. Let's check out the design on this guy and then compare him to the original figure and see how he holds up. So he has a really cool detail all over. I love the skulls on his hip, which are fully detailed, as well as the the artwork on his chest that blends it very well. He is a big black figure, but he does have some really good detail on it to make up for the fact that it's not a really detailed character. And then the detail on his face, phenomenal. We'll definitely have to zoom in on that. And yeah, then the hair looks really good. I really do like the way this figure looks from a distance. Let's get close and see how good this thing looks up real close. And as you can see, the detail on his forehead, that's a really cool design on his forehead, as well as the skull around his face painted on. He's also wearing the eye of Agamotto. And then you see the finer details that went into his body as well. And yes, once again, it is a black body with not much detail, but for what it is, it actually looks really, really good. Let's see how he stacks up to the old figure. And there are some really cool upgrades and some downgrades that I can see. The hair, it might actually be identical to the previous one. So they might have just reused the head and retooled the face because the hair almost looks identical. I think the only thing is that there's like a couple of dreads that are a little bit longer and shorter, but for the most part, they're almost identical. The skulls are identical as well, so they did reuse that. And as I assumed, their staffs are also identical. Where are you, purple staff? And their staffs are also identical. Same thing, just recolored. So I think it is an upgrade as you get a newer body, but I think there's some things that they just kind of borrowed a lot from. His hair, his staff. I wish they went with the old gauntlets. I really do like these old gauntlets, but my brother Voodoo has got a case of the bow legs because he's been sitting in this hot toy room and his leg has given him a little bit of a bend and he's hard to stand up straight. I'm gonna have to add heat to him and try to straighten him out, but still a good toy. He still holds up, but I do like the way that they made him look like the Sorcerer Supreme. They kind of cleaned him up a bit. He doesn't have his tattered cape anymore. He has more, I'm not sure if that's the cape of levitation that Dr. Strange had, but he doesn't have the collar, so I assume it's not, but it looks really close to it. But like I said, everything else is kind of borrowed. So different, new body, but same accessories. Let's see if this guy can squat. So he's going to have some difficulty squatting because of the lovely cape that he has on. So let's see if we can work around the cape, and if we can't, let's see if we can remove the cape without completely disassembling him. Let's see how he's attached. He's only a peg in the back. So let's pop his head off to see if he can squat. If I take this off, there we go. Pop his head back on. Ew. Okay, so they did the same thing they did with Lilith. They gave him a little bit more room to move because of his hair and because of the Eye of Agamotto, which, if you can see in the cape, he has a little bit of some shoulder padding, so it sits up higher. And by doing that, that means you had to make his neck just a little bit longer so that it fits properly. Not poor design, just I would have done it a little bit differently, just to either soft goods do have, their place in the world. It would sit a little bit better, but shoulder can go up 90, a little bit above 90, swivel and upper bicep, double jointed elbows. Does he have a wrist swivel? He does. He has a floating cuff. Does he have a hinge in the wrist? He has a hinge in his wrist like he has a weapon hand. Oh, is he supposed to have guns? Oh, that's interesting. Upper thigh cut, lower mid boot cut, and he should be able to squat fairly easily. So, and these joints are actually really stiff for some reason. Yeah. And he is in a squatting position. His head doesn't hinder his movement at all. He can get some decent range. Looking up is a little bit hindered by the hair, but not that much, so you get some good looking up, and that's why his neck is so long. But he's in a good position like that. He has a rocker, but he has I don't know if this below the belt because the belt is floating, but he does have a waist swivel. No butterfly joint, and if it is, it's a cheap one. But let's see. And just like Damien Hailstrom, he is capped at how low he can go. And since he does not have the butterfly joint, he is not going to get lower, so he cannot superhero land. He can squat, no superhero landing from him though. He can get close, but if he had the butterfly joint and if he had a better torso movement, probably can get closer to it. And let's talk money. So Brother Voodoo goes for $24, and I'm not sure if he's going to be a hot item and sell out, but like I said, if you're interested in completing Blackheart, I'm pretty sure Blackheart is going to be a very popular figure to finish, and that's going to take some time. Well, not take some time. It's going to take some people are going to buy that and sell it out fast. So only reason why I recommend this whole set is if you're a fan of Blackheart. If you're not, then pick and choose which ones are the best. Some of them are really good with accessories, some are mediocre with accessories, but are really good toys, action figures otherwise. So that's it. And I'm going to assemble this guy and take some pictures, but in the meanwhile, let's wrap this guy up. For the box is pretty decent. It actually blends in with the coloring for Brother Voodoo, so it's pretty good. For the design, Brother Voodoo looks really good actually, and even though it's very heavily borrowed from its previous part, it's actually a decent toy. For his ability to move, even taking off the cape, this thing can't move. It can't dance as good as I can. And for the price, it's a little expensive for 24 bucks, which is a lot of reuse, and even though it's a new buck, not a fan of it. So we're gonna give this guy a samurai slice of a 5 out of 8. Not a great toy, definitely worthy of replacement, but not worthy of just buying it outright if you're not a fan of Brother Voodoo. Anyway, that's it for me, Samurai. I'll catch you in the next one, my brothers and sisters.
I'll catch you in the next review.